Aside from the turkey and the gravy, I think stuffing is probably my favorite Thanksgiving recipe of all time. And there are usually two ways I make it. Number one, baking it in a big pan. Number two, stuffing the turkey with it. Well, now I'm gonna make it a third way. I'm going to make stuffing muffins, or stuffin' muffins. That has a nice little ring to it. And I'm gonna make my regular stuffing recipe that I always make. So I started with the bread, and it's just regular French bread. I cut it into cubes and put it in a 350-degree oven just until it got nice and dry. You should be able to hear that bread, how dry and crisp it is. So the bread is all ready. So I'm gonna move over to the mixture of veggies and stock. So I have some butter that's been, well, it's been melting and now it's actually browning. So it's time to move forward. I'm gonna add mirepoix, which is carrots, celery, and onions. And I always dice them pretty fine whenever I make stuffing because there's always that relative that doesn't like big chunks of onions or vegetables. I'm making a mess, as I tend to do on Thanksgiving. Pretend you didn't see that. Okay, so on top of the onions, carrots, and celery, I've also got some chopped fresh sage and some chopped fresh rosemary. I'll sprinkle in some salt and some pepper. It's smelling like Thanksgiving in here. Oh, I love those smells. So I'm gonna add some chicken stock. You can use turkey stock, veggie stock, basically any kind of liquid will do. And then I just need to stir it. And those veggies were so hot. The liquid is pretty much there too. So now, this is where the rubber meets the road with stuffing. By the way, do you call it stuffing or do you call it dressing? I go back and forth. There's no difference. You call it stuffing when you put it inside a bird, and you call it dressing generally when you bake it in a pan. But they're exactly the same thing in my book. Look at this. And then you just toss, and you keep tossing until you can't see any more liquid in the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so basically this is the stuffing mixture. So now I'm gonna get this into the muffin pan. Okay, time to put these in the oven. I'm gonna bake them at 350 degrees for about 15 to 17 minutes until those edges are golden and crisp. These are gonna be out of this world. Okay, the stuffing muffins are ready to come out of the pan. I let them sit for just a little bit so they would set and not completely fall apart. But look at these beauties. They are everything that's wonderful about stuffing, but in such cute little packages, and they're individual, which I love individual versions of anything. And then a little finishing of beautiful green parsley. I love these stuffing muffins. I think the whole family is gonna love them too. Gorgeous.